Hello YouTubers, welcome back to GQ Auto Diagnostics and Repair, where my job is to save you money. This evening I'm working on a 2008 Chevy Suburban K1500. It's a 5.3 V8 automatic 4-wheel drive, and we are going to replace the front wheel bearing. It's making noise. I will show you the procedure. Pretty easy to do, so let's get into the repair. Try to keep it very short video. Okay, first thing that we need to do, number one, it doesn't have to be the first thing, but you can start here. It's gonna be a T30, one of this. Okay, I'm going to move it. Right there. Now next thing, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna remove the caliper with the bracket. Okay, so that way we can take the whole thing out of the way. so hopefully you guys can see okay there. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. So here we're gonna go after this two bolts right here, and somebody replaced the bottom bolt. The top one should be the correct one. This is an 18mm bolt. So okay, that's 18, and the bottom was 7/8 or 22. Okay, so I'll put it here. Holding it here with my leg, and for some reason I could not find my bracket holder. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this at the moment just to hold the bracket. And take some of the tension away from the hose, and that's it. That's how I'm doing it right now. Okay, so the hose is pretty loose, in case somebody trying to think that I'm hanging it by the hose. Now we're gonna bring it down and put it facing up, so nothing, the surface of the rotor is not touching the ground. Next thing, we are going to remove the axle shaft nut. That's going to be 36mm. Okay, it's loose, and right there you can hear the bearing making noise. Okay, anyhow, let's continue. Here in the back we have the 3 bolts. These are 15mm. I already loosened them up. They're loose. let's see. For this one, make sure you use a thin wall socket, so that way you can actually remove it easily. And the next one is going to be on the other side, so I'm going to use a wrench, so that way I don't have to go inside the car, and maybe I do have to. Turn the steering wheel off. I mean, to the all the way to the right. Seems like it's coming, so. I don't have to remove it all the way. Now, pay attention to the position, the back plate here, so that way accidentally you don't put it on the wrong position, and when you're ready to install the rotor, like you just realize that you just cannot put the caliper back. Next thing that we need to do here is going to be to remove the speed sensor, the wheel speed sensor. Okay, let me do one thing. Excellent. Okay, cool. I want to use this tool to remove it right over here. Right there. I'm going to come here. Perfect. That's one. Now we're going to press the tab there. Right here. I don't know if you can see it on the video, that actually moves. Comes off, comes out. The next one right here. I want to remove the tab there. Perfect. Now the next thing, so you guys can see. Perfect. Can leave this here for now. That is no good. Now, here I have the new one. Barely moves. Very good. Okay, got that. And in case somebody asks, this is the part number. Once again, thank you to my friends from AutoZone for supplying me the part. I do appreciate it. And again, Disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by Duraloss or AutoZone. I'm just showing you what I'm using. I just want to take a little bit of this dust that's accumulated here. Probably don't need to, but I'm already doing it. There. Now here, oh. All right then, there you go. So here is where the cable for the speed sensor is going to go through. Put it right there. Now remember, there it is in. Now we're going to snug it. And the next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna use, change the light. We are going to start installing those and snug them. Make sure they go inside the thread nicely. We are going to get them nice and snug. Okay, now all three are in. Snug. I'm going to remove this part right here. I want to make sure everything goes there. You go, click. This goes in, click. I'm going to install that there. Perfect. Okay. So far, that's how you replace the wheel bearing. Okay, so I'm gonna add the torque specs for the bearing, the wheel lug nuts, and the caliper bracket. Okay, so that way you guys can go ahead and torque those. Very important here. Don't use a gun, okay, to tighten it, because when you over torque, you tie those bearings and you're gonna minimize the amount of the life of the bearing. Okay, if you leave it loose, what's gonna happen when the car starts moving? Okay, the bearing itself is gonna develop a little bit of play. Okay, a little bit of play. Somebody check that wheel is gonna have some play, and sometimes people mistake ball joints upper and lower for a loose bearing. Okay, that what's going to cause also is going to damage the bearing prematurely, but at the same time it's going to create an uneven wear on those brake pads, because now when the vehicle sits in that play, the rotor is not true on relationship with the brake pads. It's going to be a little lean to the inside the pen, right? It's going to be uneven, so it's going to create uneven wear. It's going to twist your caliper or the brake pads. They're not going to last as long. So just keep those things in mind. Okay. Too much oil. Perfect. Clean the surface of the rotor. This rotor has been replaced not too long ago. Make sure the back is not rust. In this case, we don't have any of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and install the rotor, so that way we can go ahead and install everything. So we're going to put this, so that way we can actually keep the rotor against the bearing. There you go. Nice. The next thing is going to be grabbing the caliper. And we just should be able to slide it back on. That's what I'm using. I'm gonna take this off. Now we talk about just the bolts. I just remember I gotta do something else right now. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop the video right here because I gotta run an errand. I just remember that. Once again, if you like the video, you learned something from it, I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Give it a thumb up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. I would really appreciate it. And once again, God bless, do your best, forget the rest, and I will see you in the next video. Later.